How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back with week 7, I think, of the LTC. As this week, your Lake District Spirits go up against Jack and his Crystal Palisand. I will put his draft on the screen for you now. There you go. Jack is someone who I've known for a very long time, but I think we've only battled once. We were talking about this the other day, and I think it went something like 90 turns or something the last time we battled. So hopefully we won't have a repeat of that. But he's a pretty good battler. This is one of the people that when at the start of the season I'm looking at my schedule, I'm thinking, oh man, Jack's going to be a tough one. Like to be honest, the whole schedule looked like that. But yeah, Jack is a very good battler, and this will be a tough game. I think we only have 3 weeks left of the regular season. So two more after this, and then I'm not sure if we can possibly qualify for the bye week, or if there might even be a bit of a delay because some people are a bit behind on games. There might be a week, everyone has a week off. I'm not sure what Dean's going to do exactly, but if that happens, I'll just say this now. If we do make playoffs and there is any gaps in battles, I'll find some sort of content to make to fill the gap a little bit. So hopefully we'll still have weekly videos. But anyway, let's look at the team that we built for Jack. We have Specs Whimsicott because just like last week against Nico, his fairy resists aren't the best. I think it's just Fortress. It's just Fortress, which he's traded away at the start of this week. He traded it away for Rapidash, I think, and something else, probably to work on that fairy resist. Maybe he looked at this matchup and thought the same thing. I could see like an AV Ordino or just a very specially bulky Ordino coming in and being a problem, but that's okay. Ordino's fairly passive, and we can pivot around into different wall breakers on that potentially. Then we have Roshi, who's actually been putting in work in recent weeks. Like Swallow's been doing really, really well. Terra Fairy this time. This thing I think is mainly here for, let's see, the Persimmon, Terra Fairy. We've already said Fairy's good into his team, but it allows us to hit the Mava Stiff as well, and the Tatsugiri, and potentially go Fairy on like a Draco Meteor or a Crunch from those guys. Then we have the Violate Magnet Pull Rust Bucket, because if we can trap in Fortress and whittle it down, then that just makes Whimsicott look even better, especially with the speed tier in this matchup. Um, why are there ads playing on the? What is happening on the TV behind me? That wasn't supposed to happen. I deliberately clicked on a video that said ad free. And now there are very muscular people flexing behind me. I mean, that's just maybe I can move my head over the screen. You don't want to see that. I don't even know if you could see it. You don't want to see those muscular people. Oh, disgusting. You want to see a very skinny British man tell you about his magnets, don't you? Yes, you do. That's what you're into, you filthy perverts, all of you. Anyway, my magnets. So yeah, that's the idea. I don't really remember the rest. Try attack just to hit the Manectric. It's still going to be decent damage. It's not analytic, so it's not going to be as good as it could be, but it's still 120 special attack. Like people sleep on Magneton. Very good Pokemon. Marowak. This thing's I think been to every game. It might be our only ever present along with Whimsicott. Could be wrong on that, but I think that's right. It switches into two Manectric Life Orb overheats, timid Manectric Life Orb overheats, because we don't have the Typhlosion in this game. That overheat does look kind of free because you're never going into Dutchman on an electric type, really, are you? So yeah, just thought we'd best do that because he can just make that prediction pretty easily. So at least we take two of them. Unless he's well, and if he's that's two without the special attack drop. So switching him once, he does it, and then he comes back in later and he does it again. Right? That's not two in a row. We obviously live two in a row because of special attack drop. But that's his White Herb, but then he wouldn't be a Life Orb, so we'd still live two. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Then we have Jellicent here. Scold, Hex, Dazzling, Gleam with Strength Sap. Spadef, what was this for? Tatsugiri. Yeah, it looks like it's just a Tatsugiri check, really. Um, Maybe I could have built this more like mixed bulky to take on different things, because it does look a little bit one-dimensional against him. If he doesn't bring the Tatsugiri, I'm going to be saying, why the fuck have I got this Jellicent? I don't know what past me was thinking. Who knows? And then we've got a physically defensive Hitmontop with Intimidate designed to switch on the Mabastiff. Now, if he brings the Lash Out that I brought last week against Nico on the Hunchcrow, if he brings Lash Out on the Mabastiff, I think that thing gets like Stakeout or something where it gets powered up. Wait, does the Guard Dog stop it from getting intimidated? Wait a minute. Wait, we were about to start battling, like in 1 minute we're scheduled to battle, so I can't change it now anyway. I just thought, do you get what does Stakeout is what I'm expecting? Oh, it could bring that. Last minute, do we change to Technician? Or do we just gamble on him being Stakeout? What do you think, guys? I wouldn't even know how to tell if he's Stakeout from the damage that he does. What do you reckon? Do we just say fuck it and just go? I mean, Technician's still good with Mach Punch and Fake Out. Oh, but then I'd rather have a Citrus Berry than a Rocky Helmet, I think, if I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's do that. Last minute changes because I think this is just a little more consistent against both options he has. It's less good for the Persimmon. That's really the only fit. Oh, it's less good for the Persian. I got Dutchman for the Persian. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. You see that? That's logic. That is an argument that you can't argue back with. Make an argument in comments. Argue with that argument. I bet you can't. I'll make a cut here and I'll be back with the battle. So I will be back with the battle, but while we wait for him, I've decided to share a bit of story time with you because I realised when I went to end it that my hair's looking a bit mental, and you might be thinking, "And what? He looks like he's been dragged through a bush." So let me tell you about my bush escapades recently, as in George Bush. Obviously, I've been hanging out with the former president. Yes, no, life. Just for those that like story time recently things have not been going well, and I think I'm starting to suspect my younger brother might be a witch. And I don't know how to deal with that other than to either throw him in a river or burn him at the stake, because I'm fairly sure from what they taught us in witch trialing class at school. We have that here in Britain, for those of you that aren't British. All British people remember that well, don't you? Yes, you do. That's the only way to deal with a witch, is to burn them at the stake or throw them in the river and see if they float. And if they float, then they're a witch and you drown them. And if they don't float, um, then they weren't a witch, and you can feel very sad, I guess. I don't know. I don't teach the class. I just listen to what it teaches. Isn't that what being a good student means? So anyway, I'm starting to suspect he's a witch because on Saturday he was playing football with me, and we were driving there, and we were going to be there. So we're supposed to be there an hour and 15 minutes before we play. We were going to be there an hour and a half before we play. We were going to be very early, and I thought in my head I should, about saying something about unless we break down, and I thought I won't say that because I don't want to jinx it, right? And we didn't break down, but we did hit horrendous traffic, and that's fine. That wasn't his fault. But then he kept joking about like when we finally got through the traffic, we arrived just in time for kickoff. We were delayed by an hour and 15 minutes, so we literally got there, ran to the pitch, got changed on the side of the pitch in the pissing rain, by the way. I found out that there weren't enough socks for us, so I had to play in one ski sock and one football sock. The football sock was purple, the ski sock was lime green and grey. I was wearing ski socks because it was cold and wet, and I was wearing boots over them, so they were just nice thick socks to wear. I looked ridiculous. Anyway, that's not really the point right now. So when once we got moving again, the traffic got moving. I was like, "Oh, we're going to make it. We're actually going to make it." I didn't think we were going to make it, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, unless we break down now." And I was like, what? Don't, why would you say that? Why would you say that? We didn't break down. It was all fine. We got to the game. We played the game. We didn't break down. It was all fine. We then drove him back to Oxford, which is a bit of a trek from Bristol. Those of you that know Britain know it's not too far, but it's a decent trek. And on the way there, we dropped off the other lads that were playing football with us, set off again, and then I got a phone call saying, "Oh, we've left our car keys in your car." So I had to turn around, go back, take them their car keys, then set off to take my brother back to Oxford. And on the way there, I got an electric car. For those of you who don't know, we ran out of charge 2 miles before the charging station because we had to go back to take those people their cars. I'd calculated it all perfectly, their car keys, all perfectly in my head. Yeah, we'll stop there to charge. It's fine, but I hadn't factored in having to turn around to go back, take them their car keys. So we ended up limping on, and I had no idea if when your phone battery hits zero, right? The phone's dead. I assumed that a car battery would be the same, but I didn't know. Turns out, no. Apparently, you can get like 30 emergency miles out of a dead battery, but it's not good for the car. We did that anyway. And I thought, oh, he's jinxed us here. We're going to break down. And we didn't. Fine. So he got home and he was going out that night with his girlfriend and stuff. He got home, made it in time, went out with his girlfriend, had a lovely time. We got to play football, all great. Anyway, next over the weekend goes fine. Next time I get in the car on Tuesday, I'm driving home and suddenly the noise just changes. The road noise changes. Those of you that are drive and have ever had a flat tire will know what I mean. You can hear when you have a flat tire. But I hadn't hit a hole. There hadn't been a bang. And I thought, that's strange. But it sounds like I've got a flat tire. So I pulled over. I had a look. I had a flat tire. I was 2 roads away from my house. So I thought I'll go very slowly and crawl back to my house rather than just leaving the car here on the side of a very like country road that was not the best place to leave a car. And in doing so, shredded the tire, which I sort of thought, well, it's blown anyway, so that's fine. I need a new tire anyway. Booked in, well, tried to book in to get a new tire. Got told, oh yeah, the local place that comes out to bring the tires, they've got someone off work at the minute, so they can't come out and do it. Okay, try another one. They couldn't come out and do it. Okay, try another one. They wanted like £400. I was like, I no, just no, not happening. Uh, so then I tried my insurance company. They said, yes, we'll come out and get you. We'll do it free. Oh, brilliant. So they came out, the guy came out and he goes, oh, yeah, I got a spare tire in the back. I'll put that on. Ooh, or a spare wheel, I guess, not just the tire. Went to put it on. Oh, no, it's the wrong size. What you need is a heavy duty one. We'll send out a van with a heavy duty wheel and they'll put that on. Brilliant. Great. 2 hours later, another. I get a phone call. In fact, no one's turned up. They're supposed to be there in 10 minutes. I get a phone call. We're not going to make it to you today. Right. Okay. And at this point, because the other guy told me that they were coming and that they would take me to the tire place, I'd booked in to have my tire done the following day. The idea being I'd take my car there, leave it there. The next day they'd do the work. Easy, right? No, not easy. It's never fucking easy, is it? So they ring me and say that we can't come today. Could we come first thing in the morning? We're not your insurance company, by the way. We're a subcontractor who they've subcontracted out to. So could we just come? Maybe should I just have back? Let's go back. Yeah, that's better. That feels much more, or that feels right. So anyway, they ring up. We can't. We could come in the morning, and I said, well, that's fine because I've not booked in until 2:30 in the afternoon to have the tire changed. So you come in the morning. That will be fine. All arranged, good, great. 15 minutes later, I get a phone call off a man who had quite a strong accent, so I couldn't understand him that well. And he was clearly outside, roadside, on a motorway or something. So it was very noisy, and I really couldn't hear him or understand him that well. And he was saying, have you broken down? Have you broken down? Do you want me to come and recover you? And I was like, well, no, I've got it sorted with someone. I rang that many different people. I thought, oh, this was one of the other companies I rang. So I said, no, it's all right. I've already got it sorted with someone else. Thank you. And he said, okay, fine, hung up. Ring back the company that I'd arranged to go with in the morning to make sure that everything's still okay, to make sure that man wasn't from their company, just in case. And they say, no, no, he wasn't from us. But what's happened is your insurance company have cancelled with us, so we can't come get you in the morning. And they've sent that guy instead. They haven't told you that they've done that, and he didn't tell you that they've done that, but that's what they've done. So we can't come get you now. By this point, by the way, the tire place closes very soon. So if I'm going to get there to give them my keys and leave them my car for them to do the work the next day, I need to be getting there like now. So I ring that guy back and I'm like, will you come out? And he's like, no, your insurance have cancelled it with me as well. You said you didn't need me, so they've cancelled it with me. Fuck me. So then I ring the insurance company. Can you get that reinstated? No, we can't get that reinstated. We'll try and have someone with you tomorrow, maybe, right? Like, fuck's sake. And then they go, wait a minute, this is parked outside your house. Yes, you told me to do the GPS thing to show you where I was. I did that at the very beginning. Well, you're not insured for home cover. We'll rescue you if you're on the next road, where it actually happened. But because you hobbled home, we won't come rescue you now. And I was like, you fucking are coming because I've been waiting all day and I've already paid almost £200 for a new tire tomorrow. That's all booked in and done. You've got to get me there because you told me you were getting me there. So they go, all right, we'll honor it anyway. We'll come at 7 a.m. in the morning because we understand that, this has been a mess. Okay, good, fine. They pick me up at 1:30 the next day. It's just like, oh my God. From 7 a.m. to 1:30, just ringing them. You need to get here. You need to. And I'm not the type of person that likes to complain about things. And I'm just like ripping my hair out like, oh my God, are they actually going to come? Um, oh, oh, wait, Jack's having some issues. Pause the story. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I don't think I'm battling Jack tonight anymore. I don't know if I've got confused or if he's got confused, but somehow someone's got confused, and I'm not going back through the chat log to figure it out. It doesn't matter. Jack's sounded, it's all fine. But I'm going to finish my fucking story. So when we do battle tomorrow, I won't be wearing this jumper that kind of has gone invisible. It's actually blue, but it doesn't look it, does it? I kind of almost look like a stagehand, sort of like I should be in the background moving things. Anyway, it's a new jumper. I'm not sure it's a men's jumper, but it fits me, and I'm despite what Nico tells you, quite tall. So probably is a men's jumper or a very oversized women's jumper. I don't really care, to be honest. The best jeans I have are women's Levi's I got for £6 from a charity shop. I thought they were men's until I looked in the label and it said rib cage fit, and I thought, what the hell does that mean? But apparently women are supposed to wear them up here, which makes them actually the perfect length for me. So anyway, by the by, shall we finish the story? So the car gets taken to the tire place eventually. I make it just in time for my booking, thank God. They changed the tire very quickly. It's called Quick Fit, and it was indeed a quick fit. Great, awesome. New tire on, walk back, and I think, oh, thank God that's over with. Oh, I forgot to mention that that morning, to add insult to injury, I'd been doing a Radical Red Nuzlocke in my spare time, and I lost to Giovanni 3, for those of you that know Radical Red. Yeah, just got smashed by him. And I had an Ice Scales Mega Steelix. I had a good as Gold Giratina. I had some really nice things, and I just got bodied by him. So that was really, really sad as well. So I just wasn't having a good time of it that day. There was something else bad that happened. Oh yes, people spoke to me when I was outside with a flat tire. People in my village stopped and talked to me in the street like they knew me, and they didn't know me, and I don't know you. So why are you talking to me? Very stressful. Anyway, so I go back to collect the car, and the guy's there, and he's literally pulling my car into like the space to like to say it's done and hand it all over as I walk back into the garage. So I'm like, sweet, awesome, great timing. But he looks uneasy, and he sort of stands there, sort of jangling the keys as I walk up the sort of hilly driveway thing to the garage. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And I said, oh, that was good timing. Sort of smile, laugh optimistically, like everything's fine, right? No. He's like, yeah, have you had this car long? I'm like, a year and a half. And he's like, did you know that the alloy on that wheel has been completely split open at some point and then welded back together quite badly? No. No, I didn't know that. That was not disclosed when I bought the car for a lot of money that we're still paying off the loan for. Like that, no, they probably should have. Not a lot of. Well, I get a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of money for cars in this day and age, I guess, but a lot of money to us. So I think a lot of money. Anyway, by the by, it would have been good to have known that was a thing. So anyway, he's like, I've pasted it up. I don't really know what that means. Maybe chicken paste, meat spread. I don't know. Do you ever have chicken spread when you were at school? Mum used to make me chicken spread sandwiches. I quite liked them, but when I've had them as an adult, they were disgusting. Anyway, he's put some sort of glue-like substance, maybe one of those prick sticks that you used to get where you could, oh, do you remember those glues with the roller? You could roll it on your hands and then let it dry and you could like peel it off. That was so satisfying. Probably triggered a lot of people's like, people that don't like crumpets and things with that in it makes them go, ugh. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, so I pasted it up. I had football training that evening, which is what I really wanted to try and get to football training. I'm the captain and co-manager of my team. It's important that I'm there. Nope. So he's like, no, you basically don't really want to drive this anywhere other than to a garage to get a new wheel put on it. You need a whole new alloy. Those of you that know will know that alloys aren't cheap. I'm sure all of you know alloys aren't cheap. I'm like, what? What? So then I drive it home. I ring up as a Volkswagen. I ring up the Volkswagen dealership and I'm like, oh, how much for a new alloy? And they're like, £1,280. I sold my last car for less than that. In fact, this is the first car I've owned that's worth much more than that. One alloy on a car worth more than cars. My first ever car was £300. And you want me to pay 1,300 almost for a fucking alloy? I genuinely thought maybe I could sort of like strap Katie to the back of it and like she could run like the Flintstones and maybe keep up with the other three wheels and that might work. Well, there might be some sort of laws against that. Anyway, so I was furious, as you can imagine, and gutted and not good. So we bought a refurbished wheel off eBay. That doesn't really matter, whatever. It was still expensive, but we put it on the credit card. Hey, credit's not real money. Don't worry about that. So that's being delivered tomorrow, and then I've got to take it to the garage to then have the new wheel put on, all touch wood, all going to plan. Fine, right? Get up this morning and think, oh, do you think I could, like, I know the wheel's been pasted up, but do you think I could just nip to the shop to get some lunch and breakfast? Because I've run out of breakfast cereal. I should point out, in the village we live in, there's like nothing here. So I'm like, can I drive to the town like 4 miles away? Do you think it'll last 4 miles? It should last 4 miles. So I walk out to it. The tire's completely flat again. Completely flat. So I'm like, I need an air compressor to pump up this tire to get me to the garage tomorrow now to get the new wheel put on. I don't have an air compressor. That means I've got to get to town, but I can't drive. So 2 buses and an hour and a half later, I'm in fucking Argos buying an air compressor and then getting an hour and a half. Well, actually, it took me 2 hours to get home from there on the buses, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm not saying that I'm coming into this battle with Jack with anger, but if I lose, I might throw things out the window. Now, by tomorrow, when I rejoin this, I mean it's going to be in like a second for you when I make a cut. But when I battle him tomorrow, I will have been to the garage. I will have the refurbished wheel, touch wood. The bit that stresses me out is I'm booked in at the garage at 4 p.m. I'll update you tomorrow how this went. I'm booked in at 4 p.m. Well, tomorrow for me. Time is confusing and not real anyway. Forget about it. It doesn't matter. I have ADHD. I haven't known what time was since the day I was born. 4 p.m. tomorrow, I'm booked in to have the wheel changed. The refurbished wheel that's coming is supposed to arrive between 8:30 in the morning and 12:30 in the afternoon. Perfect. It's only a 5 minute drive down the road, not a problem. I'll have to pump the tire up, but that's fine. But it does say that's the estimated time of arrival. We guarantee to have it with you before 6 p.m. If it arrives after 4, I miss my booking. And then we might just be back to square fucking one, and I have to drive to Bristol on Saturday for football, and it's life. I know it's first world problems and all that, but it's still stressful, isn't it? It's just, well, it's a good job that I'm an unemployed bum that just has the time to go running around on 4 hours worth of buses to go buy a bloody air compressor, isn't it? Imagine if I had a real job and was a real functional 31-year-old adult instead of, am I 31? Yeah, I'm 31, yeah. Instead of the man child I am, life would be so much harder. Anyway, I'll maybe I should do a Radical Red on the channel. If you've listened to this whole story time and you'd like me to do a Nuzlocke on the channel, comment down below. Maybe I'll do Radical Red. Do you like that? Because everyone streams now, and that scares me. I don't trust myself when I can't edit out things. Imagine what I'd say. Anyway, yeah, I'll make a cut here and we'll be back with the battle. All right, here we go. This is super weird. Just jumping back in. Obviously, for you guys, no time at all has passed. For me, it's been a whole day and then some. Gonna drop Jack a good luck. Have fun. He's been patient waiting for me tonight, so I'm very grateful to him. Thank you, Jack, if you're watching. Just gonna connect that to there. He might take a minute to see that we're online. Which gives me a minute to remember what the fuck I'm doing here, because yeah, for you guys, you remember probably. I don't know if you remember. I don't remember what I built. What did I build? It was choice specs. I did that whole team preview yesterday, and the idea was like, oh, it will remind me what I'm using in the battle. And then a whole day passed, and I've already forgotten because I don't remember the things that I remember. And today, breaking the fourth wall, is Pokemon Day, so it's been a really exciting day with lots going on. He's saying, ignore this poorly designed team. And I'm saying, mine is no better. Oh, okay, so let's see. He didn't bring the Tatsugiri, so we can use Dutchman for the Persian. Just free that up a little bit. He did bring the Manectric, so I did see he used a sub-toxic Manectric once before. If he tries to do something like that, then obviously Magneton will help, but it probably will still have the overheat, so we might have to pivot around a bit to drop its special attack. That thing has Stakeout, right? Mother Stiff hits pretty hard, but we don't know if it's Stakeout or going to be Guard Dog, maybe. I remember that. We want to try and trap the Fortress and whistle it down. Yes, Dash Bun. I really don't know what Dash Bun does. Does it have ground coverage? I don't know too much about Dash Bun. I think could be a bit of a problem. We'll figure that out. Okay, this is not bad. I'm pretty sure I would take a overheat. So I think I'm just going to try attack. Okay. Choice specs try attack's going to do a lot. It's obviously not great because I that hurts, but I'll go Kazakage now. Um, oh, okay, that's kind of fine. I think I'm just gonna fire punch because I want this thing worn down. Nice, big damage. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay because at the end of the day, Whimsicott getting that thing chipped for Whimsicott is great. So now I think we can go for. I think I still want to just try and kill him. So we'll go for the knockoff here. Oh, as he goes crust that very sunny day. Ooh. What was it, like chlorophyll strats? Okay, he's like enjoying my poorly designed team. And this man whips out fucking cuts that very sunny day into chlorophyll. Yeah, yeah, it's poorly. What are you talking about, Jack? This is terrifying. I don't have a Violite on you anymore. What do? You probably weather ball. I mean, let's just cheat, right? Like, why wouldn't we just cheat? Like what? Let's just cheat. That's what Pokemon is all about. It's about cheating. It's not about being fair. Okay, you don't get Weather Ball. Hidden Power's banned. You do have coverage to hit Magneton. Okay. And Swallow. I can stall out some Sun with Fake Out. I wish I had Intimidate because it probably means it's physical. I don't super need you anymore, do I? No. Do I try and pivot on things though, like on an earthquake? Or do I just let this thing die? I mean, Choice Specs into his team now with Flash Cannon does look amazing. What are you good for? Really, just this, right? Okay, we'll go Roshi. That does a lot. He's Life Orb. Okay, Life Orb Solar Power. Wow. So it's not Chlorophyll. So Rust Bucket would have been a much better switch. Do I just let this go down? I think I could just let this go down. It doesn't look super like necessary here. I could be just throwing, but I don't think it looks super necessary. So sorry, Roshi, I'm gonna let you go down. And he was gonna take a few more like bits of chip. Okay, so he's 221 max speed. That outspeeds everything apart from Rust Bucket and Storm. So I could choice Specs, Moonblast. Do I think that kills from the range of health he's at? Oh, I didn't want to damage Calc, but we might have to damage Calc. Not Radical Red. Hopefully you guys can see this on screen. Whimsicott, Moonblast. Okay, Tropius. I haven't damage capped all season, but this guy's actually a menace. Like solar power fucking Tropius. Are you sure? Jesus. +1. There's 54 min to no bulk Tropius. He's on 56. If he's fully offensive, we've got an 87% chance to KO, but I will die if I'm wrong. Magnezone has got to be stronger with a choice specs, right? Yeah, a lot stronger. So I think Flash Cannon would therefore kill. Okay. Wait, 146 speed? What was I reading before? Why did I read it as being so much faster than... And now it's in 230. I don't know what I was seeing there with 146. I don't know what was going on there. That was trippy. So I think this should kill. And it should kill this. Ooh, Jack, you've got me rattled. Ah, that is scary. Well, we know the sun goes down here. This thing, oh, man, I'm gonna have to cheat again. What's that dog called? Dash bun. Dash bun. Dash. Do you get ground coverage? Ground. Frowned? No, I don't want him to frown. I want him to be on the ground. Dig, power herb, dig. I could see Jack running that. That's not that unbelievable. Fire, like you're the fire dog, right? Fire Fang. And you can be faster than me. I feel like this is going to be a Fire Fang in the sun. Do I just go Kazakage? Do I just go into you? I wish you were fucking intimidate now. Stakeout's gonna do so much. Do I just let this go down? Do I have a hard time breaking Dashburn without this? Maybe. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Yeah, you seem the least useful. I'm gonna go into Hitmontop. Crunch. We do resist. Um, I don't know if that's stakeout damage or not. Uh, I think I'm just gonna high jump kick because yeah, I think Dash Button comes in. I just want to get as much damage off on this as I can. Not very much, admittedly. Do I need to spin away the spike? Oh, that did nothing, by the way. 16%. Do I need to spin away the spike? I think it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, yeah, okay. And we get to see what he's going for here. I think that was the right play. Because I figured, like, I don't know what this thing would want to do. Like, I don't think he would just play rough straight into Magneton, right? Or even, like, into, like, he probably can't really touch Jellicent that well. Does this thing get toxic? Because wasn't this the gem where nothing got toxic? So even in that dex, it probably doesn't get toxic. So I don't know what it would do to a Jellicent. I really should have looked up his Pokemon a bit more, really, shouldn't I? I should have known all this information coming into this one. But, you know, we'll just cheat and look it up in the game. It's fine. That's fine. Let's think. So we are in a tough spot, but Whimsicott does look really good. Scarfers are the main problem, and this thing was like fake out, whatever. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna okay. So it's Scarf. So we confirm that thing's Scarf. Good knowledge, right? Right, right. +1 is gonna be what? Roughly 80 more. So it's gonna be like 250 odd speed. Oh no, you might still have outsped me naturally. Okay, still. If you Psychic Fang, is my best thing to go into you and Choice Specs Moonblast? Yes. Right? Yes. Choice Specs Moonblast. If the dash button comes out, he's probably forced to, he's physically defensive dash button, right? If he took 16 from a high jump kick. So he's probably forced to like wish at worst here or just get two shot. Yeah, he just gets two shots. So he probably was not expecting this to be that strong. Does he live one now? What's the it looks like a roll. I don't give a shit. I'm going for the roll. I get these. I get these. I get these. You know how it is. I get these rolls. I get these rolls. I don't make the rules. I just get them. That's just how the game works. Fortune favors the brave or something. I don't know. This thing like that sort of screams Scarf, right? I want to find out if he's Scarf, so I'm gonna go into Dutchman. Ah, interesting. What do I go for here? Do I double into Storm because he either crunches or he's scarfed into that? Yeah, I'm gonna double into Storm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's scarfed into that. I can afford to U-turn on this thing and put it definitely in range of a Moonblast. Yeah, I like that play. I like that play. I don't super need Rust Bucket. And if he goes for that, then I outspeed anyway. And now Specs Volt Switch. Does Specs Volt Switch kill? Yeah, Specs Volt Switch will kill. Do I want to go for that? Yeah. Okay. We're going to Kazakage. What's that? The Persian, as he reveals a nerve. I think we should go into Dutchman every time. If he U-turns, that's fine. Water pools. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's why I think we just always scout on that. Then we can scold here. Shockwave. Oof, it's not shock. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at poor Persian. He's doing his best. Poor Persian. Oh, yeah, we are Spadef, so that's not a strong move. And because we're scolding, if he goes into Maverstiff, he just risks the burn, which is it's just a message saying I'm always amazed at how weak Persian is every week. Uh he's saying that it's getting dropped. He is already, I think, dropped it. Okay, I think this is fine. So I've got a feeling this thing's Scarf, from the way he's played it. So I think we just strength sap here. Um and he probably has to lock himself into Crunch. And if he's not Scarf, then what's the worst case scenario? He could like Trailblaze, but then I don't think he can kill Kazekage and Storm with one hit. So I think we would have been okay. And we'll see if he's Scarf here. Yeah, he's Scarf. Okay. Oh, GG. That was fucking scary. Because that very sunny day had me calking. Like for the first time this season, like I was properly like on. I'm not for the first time this season was like properly on the ropes. We've been on the ropes every fucking week, but for the first time this season was I like I have to calc right now because I'm so terrified of getting swept by a fucking Tropius or just getting whatever. Yeah, I think we played that pretty well in the end. I need to drop him a GG. Sorry, that was a really good game, Jack. If you're watching this, that was really fun. But we got through. Actually, I think him tricking the specs onto our Magneton, it was 100% trying to catch the Marowak switch in. But I just figured we'd probably live an overheat with our Eviolite. But if he was specs, we might not have done. So that was maybe like a misplay by me that then ended up giving us specs Magneton, which was excellent in this game. And yeah, deciding to Fire Punch the Fortress with Marowak, I think was also really, really clutch rather than going for our Stealth Rock. So a lot of the times this season with Marowak, it's just been here to like get rocks up. Even though I like a large part of the reason I drafted this team was because I wanted to use Marowak offensively. Just the team hasn't played out that way. So actually using it offensively here, because you think about how deadly Whimsicott was in this game. If Fortress had been at full health, it would have been a little different. So yeah, I think we've made some good plays and we've made some bad plays that worked out in our favor. And isn't that just Pokemon, really? GG to Jack. I'll end it here because this has probably been a super long video with the story time I included in the first half. Thank you so much for loafing around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.